The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
Pip, pip, cheerio. We're live from London. Let's talk about what Aaron Rodgers had to say about his relationship with Jets head coach Robert Saleh. It's the Jets versus the media. I'll explain that and much more. It's the Jake Asman Show. Let's hit it and get it started. Man, our Jets are primed for a historic season.
You have to understand the Jet fan in America and what they've gone through the last 13 years and really the last 55 years of not winning the Super Bowl. I think sports fans in general can get behind an underdog. I welcome any and all bandwagon fans to jump on the underdog train of the New York Jets and try and bring some positivity to our fans who've dealt with a lot.
We bleed Jets green each and every day. This is not the same old Jets. We have Aaron freaking Rodgers. We have Garrett Wilson. Let's go. We have Brees Hall. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chat, baby. Cut the line. We have Sauce Gardner. We have Quinnen Williams. The Jets bandwagon is loaded. Now it's time to talk all things New York Jets. It's the Jake Asman Show. Good morning, everybody on the East Coast and back, of course, in the States. Here in London, it is just after 1 p.m., so I'm squeezing in a quick show that is presented by Huga House. Get yourself the hat that Aaron Rodgers always wears by using promo code Asman at checkout. You'll save 15% off. Buy one hat, get the second hat 30% off. It's not just Rodgers rocking the Huga House brand. It's Tyler Conklin. It's Jeremy Ruckert. It's Shane Gillis. Josh Allen. Kevin from The Office. Shohei Ohtani. And many, many more. HugaHouse.com. Promo code Asman to save 15% off at checkout. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get into some comments that I think are flying under the radar from Aaron Rodgers. Everyone's talking about Devontae Adams and what Aaron said or didn't say about that. But Aaron Rodgers made some interesting comments about his head coach. And I think the approach from the Jets is basically, hey, the media is trying to tear us apart. The media is out to get us. And I'll explain more on that in a moment. But one final reminder, folks, if you're in London or you know someone that is in London for this Jets-Vikings game tomorrow, tonight at the Hippodrome Casino, as Maniacs are all uniting with Gangrene UK and Gotham City crew, we will be taking over the Hippodrome Casino. We'll be on the 4th level. Full disclosure, 4th level ain't big enough for the 400-plus people that have already RSVP'd to this event tonight. The entire casino is going to be as Maniacs with Jet fans. So if you're coming out, we will see you in London tonight from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. All the info you need is in the description, the RSVP link, and everything you need to know. So check that out if you're coming tonight. All right, let's talk about Aaron Rodgers, and let's talk about Robert Saleh. So much this week was about cadence and the comments that Saleh made that he walked back immediately Monday morning. I think it was poorly worded by Saleh. I don't think he ever intended to basically be like, well, we're just going to get rid of the cadence altogether. I think the way the question was asked to Saleh and then it was reframed and then set up to Aaron Rodgers made it sound like Saleh was completely dismissing the cadence. And I think once Aaron Rodgers actually took time to listen to the full exchange, he agreed with my opinion on that. How do I know this? This was Aaron Rodgers being asked about Saleh's comments from earlier in the week.
Well, I think, he felt like, there wasn't his answer maybe didn't actually reflect his feelings. Cadence has been a weapon. I think he kind of went in and got a chance Monday to kind of respond to all that. But no, I think there's some driving force to try and put a wedge outside the facility between Robert and I, but we're really good friends. We enjoy each other. We spend time almost every day. I'm in his, in his office talking about things and talking about the energy of the team, the focus of the team, what we need to get done, how I can help him out, how he can help me out. So we've got a great relationship.
You hear those comments, right? A driving force outside the building trying to divide him and Robert Saleh. That's the media that we're talking about here. That's the Mike Florios of the world, the Nick Wrights of the world, the people on the Jets beat trying to find the drama. Because if you think about it, it almost makes sense, right? Here's a 4-time MVP, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, and a head coach who's in his 4th year and he's never won. The same things were happening originally in Green Bay when you had Rodgers still there after Mike McCarthy left or was fired. And then Matt LaFleur was hired. Matt LaFleur was an OC in Tennessee for a year. He never won anything. Right? But because they won 13 games 3 years in a row, now all of a sudden Matt LaFleur has some pelts on the belt. Has something to stand on, has success in the league to point to, especially last year. I think he proved he's a really good coach with what he did with Jordan Love. But Saleh doesn't have that yet. And the only way he'll eventually get there, and we hope he gets there if you're a fan of the Jets, is by winning. So there's just a natural power imbalance because here's Aaron Rodgers, right? He doesn't have Bill Belichick coaching him. He has a guy who's never won before. Well, a lot of this fan base thinks it's not any good anyway. And they might end up being right. Last week was bad. We'll see how the Jets respond tomorrow. They better respond. But you hear those comments, and I think what Rodgers is talking about is clearly the media. Alan Lazard made some comments earlier in the week, basically referring to noise outside the building. Garrett Wilson was fed up that Rich Cimini pulled his quotes from an interview he did on the station I work for, 880 ESPN New York, on the Bart and Hahn show. And he talked about how those comments were misconstrued. He was just responding to the question by Bart. Garrett was so annoyed that he actually responded to Rich's tweet with the entire video of the exchange. So I think what we're seeing here is clearly a shift inside the Jets building of the media is out to get us, and we can't let them. We got to stay together. The way you stay together, the easiest way to do it is to win. Isn't that what it comes down to? If the Jets win games, does anything else matter? Winning cures all. And I've said this many times. Winning is the greatest deodorant that you can have. Remember, the Jets beat the Patriots 2 games ago. It was a great performance, but they had a lot of penalties that night. Did we talk about it? No. Did we talk about Zerline's missed kick that night? No. We focused on the winning, the positives. Winning is the great deodorant. You don't care about the other stuff if you win. And that's the only way the Jets can kind of change this narrative, this perception about them. They got to win. But when you hear Lazard say what he said this week about the media, Garrett clearly being agitated about his quotes seemingly being taken out of context, which I agree with, by the way. And Garrett, when asked about Devontae, oh, my God, Garrett Wilson's going to be so pissed if there's another star on this team that gets the ball. No, Garrett said the right thing. If it helps us win, I'm always for it. But that driving force that Aaron Rodgers is referring to there, that driving force is the media, nationally and locally. I think it is the right approach from the Jets. Use it as motivation. The Jets have to win. That's the bottom line. Saleh's record obviously is not good, but he's never had the quarterback. Now he does, and unfortunately, last week was a sign of, even with the quarterback, there's still major concerns going forward about this head coach and this staff. But every team has a bad loss, right? That's what they say. Okay, then go out there and respond tomorrow against the Vikings. Go beat a team that's not going to go 17-0. Go beat a quarterback that, despite how well he has played, I don't think Sam Darnold is now the second coming of Fran Tarkenton. I don't think he's 98 Dante Culpepper for the Minnesota Vikings now. So I like the answer there from Rodgers. I like this press conference yesterday. Shout out to Gator for the custom London theme intro. We played part of that quote about Rodgers talking about the United States Jet fan and the pain we'd been through. Hop on the underdog bandwagon, get behind an underdog. They're saying the right things. Now they got to win. And this game tomorrow, this is why you have Aaron Rodgers, right? So you bounce back quickly after a loss. Michael Nania pulled the stats of how Aaron Rodgers performs the day after or the game after a bad performance for his standards. And the numbers are insane. Minnesota's pass defense is last in the league. It should be a big Aaron Rodgers game tomorrow. Look what Jordan Love just did to that same defense. The biggest thing for me tomorrow is the Jets need to protect Aaron Rodgers. He cannot get hit 14 more times. He's already on the injury report this week, dealing with knee swelling. They're lucky he made it out of that game intact. Now they need to go out there and they need to protect him, and they need their star players to show up. They need Garrett Wilson to show up tomorrow. They need Breece Hall to show up tomorrow. They need to get Mike Williams involved early and often. They need to be smart about the running back personnel usage. If they're on 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, or at the goal line, you know who should be getting the ball? The 240-pound hulk of a running back that is Braylon Allen. Don't complicate it. The Jets show up. I believe they're a better team than the Vikings. I think the fact that it's a neutral site game is a blessing for the Jets. I think going on the road after that debacle is a good thing. We'll see what the weather is tomorrow. I'm told it could be some rain, but it's not going to be like what it was at MetLife last week. But the bottom line is this. People are going to continue to talk about this relationship between the quarterback and coach, especially if they start losing. You're 2-2. You know, I'm seeing headlines this week. Can the Jets offense be fixed? We're one game removed from them putting up an epic performance in front of the entire world on Thursday Night Football against a good Patriot defense. The team might suck overall, but I don't want to hear it that all of a sudden they're bad and no, they're not a good defense. That's not what we were saying going into that game, but when it's the Jets, we move the narrative, of course. We move the goalposts. Oh, now the Patriots suck all of a sudden. They didn't suck going in. Mina Kimes is glowing on SportsCenter all about how great their defense is, and they're going to have a chance to win the game. We're not that far removed from that. So, yeah, the Jets offense needs to be fixed if we're basing it off a one-game sample size from this past week, but I tend to think that was an outlier, right? This team scored 3 offensive touchdowns in the first game, second game, and third game. They had a bad game last week. It better have been a bad game. You bring in Aaron Rodgers, so it is just a bad game, and now you respond the way all-time greats respond. And I'm expecting a response tomorrow. You know, I mean, this fan base deserves it, man. I am blown away by the international support the New York Jets have. The amount of listeners I have met from Germany, Finland, Denmark, obviously here in the UK with the Gangrene UK Club. Incredible. This photo, by the way, shout out to the New York Jets social team. I got tagged in this morning out here. This was at the Jets pub yesterday. Just incredible. The guy to my left is Ant. He is one of the top presidents. I don't know why my curtains are closing here. What the heck is happening here? This hotel room is bizarre. Anyway, the guy on the left is Ant. He's the president of Gangrene UK. We got Dark Knight Steve in the back there. I mean, this was awesome, man. This was awesome. Shout out to the Jets. They did a great job yesterday at their pub event. And I'll say this. I know there's a lot of rumblings going on about Davante Adams. I'm not going to tell you who I spoke to or what I heard, but I will say this. I would be very surprised if Davante Adams is not a New York Jet by either Tuesday or Wednesday. Just going to put it out there. All right, I've said it from the beginning. If he's traded, I believe he's a Jet. I talked about it yesterday on the show that I don't believe Davante was going to be traded before this game. I don't think there was any rush from the Jets standpoint here. His money goes down if you wait a week. The Jets have a long week next week with Monday Night Football. And Davante wouldn't even be able to play this week if you acquired him anyway, and he's hurt right now. He's not going to be healthy till probably next week. He's not playing this week for the Raiders with the hamstring injury. I think it's a real injury. I don't think it's something that would keep him out of a game if he actually needed to play. But I'll say it again. Davante, I believe if he's traded, he's going to be a Jet. And as I talked about during yesterday's show, I believe the Edgar Allan Poe quote from Davante, people were missing the point. He wasn't saying he's going to the Ravens. That post, people didn't focus on the second part of the post where he posted the quote from Edgar Allan Poe. Basically, don't believe what you hear. Ultimately, if you win, none of this matters. The Saleh, Rodgers stuff the media is trying to turn into a storyline. It's not a storyline. What will be a storyline is Saleh's job security if they lose on Sunday. Because then you're going to have 8 days of, well, if they lose to the Bills, will they make a change? Bottom line is this. Just win tomorrow, man. This fan base freaking deserves it. All right? We got King George Green Santa out here for crying out loud. Let's go, baby. Let's go. London Jets fans, assemble. Yeah, baby. Let's go. Hit that like button if you're tuning in. I know it's 8:15 in the morning in New York right now. But here in London, we're just getting started, baby. 1:15 in the afternoon. It is going to be a wild, wild day. So if you're out here or you're making the trip or you know someone that's out here, make sure you spread the word that tonight we're partying at the Hippodrome Casino from 8 p.m. until 11. But this place is open 24/7. They will have the Yankee game on tonight at 11:38 p.m. First pitch. I'll be locked into that. Rowan with a super chat. Nearly in London. First pint is on me. Jets, 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 Jets. Say this. The Jake Asman Pub Fund is open. All super chats go to the Jake Asman Pub Fund or gifted memberships. Hit that like button. Appreciate everyone tuning in, especially if you're up early on the East Coast. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's open it up. The Gusbuster Hotline. I think we have an epic call coming here. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now is what they're calling already a three-headed monster of Craig, Mrs. Craig, and Sarah all together. Hello.
Hello.
Yay!
Wow. Sarah's got the Jet jersey now, too. That's incredible.
Right, Sarah's rocking Brees Hall. I've got a Decker, which was a gift from the great Tom Ace, and we have Garrett Wilson here. You're not going to believe it. We were here tonight having dinner, dressed in all our Jet shit, and randomly your show came on.
That's awesome.
We didn't dress like this just for the show. That's not what happened.
So you were just having a casual. I guess is it Saturday there? I guess it's Saturday still, right?
It's 10:15 p.m. Saturday night. That's right.
Yeah,
Well,
it's so funny because now I'm 5 hours ahead to where I normally am.
Yeah.
So it's like a reasonable time for you to actually call the show.
It's incredible. This is some kind of record with the number of times I've been able to call in since since you've been there. So did you go on your tour today? How was the day?
The tour was yesterday. It was awesome. I saw all the touristy things there is to see. I saw Big Ben Roethlisberger, House of Parliament,
Nice.
London Eye. Say it again, Sarah.
Tower of London.
My hotel is right next to the Tower of London. It's right here.
Nice.
He's in premium location.
Oh,
yeah,
I love London.
Amazing.
Love London.
Did you see the crown? Did you see the crown jewels?
I have seen the crown jewels. I also have a hot take about London. The London Bridge is beyond overrated. It is not
really?
even. There's just I didn't even know I was on it. Like I went on it on Friday and I had no idea that was I was trying to find the London Bridge and I already walked over it because it's a nothing burger. There's no there's no pathway for boats. It doesn't go up or down. It's just there. It is a boring bridge. The Tower of London Bridge is way better than the London Bridge. That's my big take.
It is.
Yeah, a lot of people think the London Bridge is the Tower Bridge, but they're not the same thing.
No, that's right. The London Bridge is a bit before it.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
I have some questions for you guys. First things first, what did we have for dinner tonight?
Actually, funny you should say that. Maybe you should answer this. I don't know.
We all had something different.
Yeah, like Sarah rocked up and for dinner and discovered that everyone has something different in our house because we have so many kids and we're like a restaurant here. We make different stuff. So you had roast beef, roast chicken, gravy.
Veggies.
Yeah.
I was one of the kids tonight.
That's right.
Wow.
Exactly.
You ate better than the kids.
You did. And we had Philly cheesesteak.
We were back in New York.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Everything that we eat is American based one way or another.
I love it. All right, here's my next. It's not really, I guess I could word it as a question. Sarah, since you're wearing the Brees Hall jersey, you need to now yell out, Brees!
Brees! Brees!
It's got to last longer than that.
I don't have a low voice.
It's just got to last longer. That's what you got to say.
Brees!
Yeah.
There we go. That's a Jet fan right there. Love it.
Yep.
The next step for you, Sarah, is to learn who Bruce Hall is.
Bruce
Hall.
I've tried to explain it. No. It's the lane train. So
Lane Train.
and
That's right.
I had the incredible honour of getting to speak to the lane train directly on the Bobby Midnight show. So my life is officially complete at this point.
That's what it's all about, Craig. I mean,
He may have said to me, who are you? But that's fine. I don't mind.
He knew I was.
No, that could have been V-Man at the tailgate. I can't remember.
Wait,
it
who
really.
actually are you?
I could. I'm whoever you need me to be at any given moment.
Tonight is Decker.
That's right. I'm Decker tonight. You got it.
Eric Decker, baby.
Thanks to the amazing Tom Ace, no doubt. So are you fired up? Are you excited for the game? Are you good? Are you ready to go?
I'm ready. They better win though. I that's all I'm gonna say. They lose tomorrow. I can't even imagine how depressed I'll be for my flight on Monday morning back to the US.
I can tell you, it's bad on a long flight back. It's not an amazing thing. You
have it worse than me, to be fair. You got 2 flights. You go 30 hours back to Australia, but it's gonna be pretty bad tomorrow.
3 flights, just saying.
Oh, jeez.
It's all bad.
But we came back on 2 wins, so
we did.
You
we're
need to
pretty
go.
happy.
They need to go back to America.
Hey.
Because you started losing when. Oh, sorry. I'm a fan.
One
We
loss.
started losing when you guys left.
Busted you there.
Shut up.
That's a great point.
We're still dragging her to the full Jets. We're getting there.
Yeah.
The Jets haven't won since you left the States, Craig. That's a great point.
Yeah.
It's true. So
I'm not just a pretty face. I've got the smart comments as well.
oh,
You
got the takes. You've got everything.
Sarah, how many Jets can you name now? Let's see your knowledge.
Oh,
She's got a piece of paper on her desk with all the players, including the ones on injury reserve. She's got everything.
Wow, she's learning. I love it.
3.
And William, the other 3
No.
Williams brothers.
No.
Wilson.
We'll count Mike Williams. That works.
Mike Williams.
What a guy!
Stickers, yeah, that's the jersey that Sarah's going to get because
That made me love stickers.
as it happens, that's my Brees Hall top that Mrs. Craig got me at MetLife Stadium. So stickers, do you reckon?
Stickers.
Yeah. Nate loves. He's talked Sarah into it. It can happen.
And Jermaine Johnson.
Yeah.
But we don't want to bring him up right now,
No,
do we?
no.
Sorry.
He got hurt, unfortunately, but he's a really good player. Good.
You haven't ordered his jersey
Lazard.
yet?
Yeah.
You guys help me out.
Come on.
I think he's past it.
We have this guy at quarterback. You may have heard of
I
him.
already said Rodgers.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll let you off on that one.
Yeah.
I'll let you off. So what's the plan today? What are you up to? More touring? What are you doing?
Yeah, doing a little touring. I got some British friends who are about to come to my hotel here. I'll put them on the show again. The Jets are doing like their fan fest today, so I'll be stopping by that. I don't know. Probably do what Brits do, which is go to pubs and drink. Probably do some of that, and then we have the party tonight, and then tailgate tomorrow morning, right next to the stadium at Redemption Brewery. It's called, and then they better win. It's gonna be it.
I'm insanely jealous. I don't know what else to say, but we're grateful that we can call in and be a part of your trip.
Hell yeah.
No doubt
I
about
love
it.
it. Well, Craig, you know what I need before you guys go? I need the 3 of you to give us a Jet chant. We need the
I
vibes.
know what you need. Okay, hang on.
Really?
Oh, Jets, Jets.
Yeah, let's go, baby. A brilliant performance there by Craig, Mrs. Craig, and Sarah down under. I love it. This is what I mean, man. International fans. It's incredible. Why the Jets will never understand, but we have them. Oh, my God. Ladies and gentlemen, hit that like button if you're just tuning in. Appreciate everyone on the East Coast, wherever you're watching, either live or after the fact. Tom Ace writes in, just when you thought Sarah couldn't get any hotter, she puts on a Brees Hall jersey. Yeah, Tom, there you go. Tom Ace. Here you go, Tom.
Calm your freaky down.
Hit that like button once again. Tom wrote in, when Craig was here, he literally took the Jake Asman reality tour and met everyone and saw everything in the Asmaniac universe. He really did. And I'm telling you, the Jets haven't won since Craig left the state. So if they lose tomorrow, We got to get Craig on the first flight back to the U.S. so they could beat the Bills and save the season, basically. Ladies and gentlemen, comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. All super chats go to the Jake Asman Pub Fund, where I will be buying listeners drinks throughout the day. Appreciate everyone who's tuned into the show, giving us some support. If you want to support me as I make this my full-time job moving forward, patreon.com/Jake Asman Show. Your $5 a month goes a long way. It gives you discounts on every item in the merch store, Discord access, bonus shows, and certainly a heck of a lot more. It's patreon.com/Jake Asman Show. Ladies and gentlemen, more of your calls right now. We say hello to Ted. Hello, Ted. Ted, thank you for the time. You went full JJ there, which brings us to our next caller, JJ. Hello, JJ.
Hey, man, my internet is Chris today, I think. What do you think?
I think you might have jinxed it. We'll find out.
Real quick, I wanted to call about your hot take because your hot take is my hot take, but it's not really a hot take. The London Bridge, I told you the other day, is trash. I literally called you and told you it was a waste of time. Don't go there. Tower Bridge is so much better. And the worst thing, I don't even.
Well, I was just gonna say the London Bridge. You don't even know it's the London Bridge. It's just like a walkway. I'm like, this is I was like, where's this London Bridge? Meanwhile, I was already on it like 3 times. I had no idea that was even the London Bridge.
So the funny thing is, in the comments, I had said that, and then somebody said in the comments, they were like, I can't take JJ serious. He said the London Bridge is trash. And I immediately knew that person never been there, because if you ever go there, it's like it's the worst bridge I've ever been on in my life. Like, I actually walked across it. It was me and my mom, and we walked across it because our taxi Uber driver wouldn't take us across because they also charge you like $20. You have to pay a toll for it. So then, like, it was the worst. And then I was like, I literally just got out this Uber to walk across this bridge for this. This is a waste of time. I took one picture and then got on the other side, and I was like, all right, I'm good. But anyways, I digress. Moving forward, this is a scary game for us because, I mean, Minnesota has a lot of good weapons on offense, but their defense is also playing lights out. Their defense is probably playing just as good, if not better, than the Denver Broncos defense. So it's going to be a very tough game for us. I'm not saying that we're not going to win, but I think that it's either going to be a close win or we're just going to get destroyed. So hopefully the Jets would come out there prepared, ready to play. But if we do lose this game, I think we should just fire the coach right after the game, to be honest with you. I don't even think we wait for Buffalo. I think fire him.
Don't even let him on the phone back, right?
No, am I wrong? Am I wrong, though? I mean, we've seen enough.
It depends. It depends how it looks. I mean, I gotta see it. I don't want to do fire the coach stuff just yet. I think the Jets need to go 2-1 over their next 3. But well,
2-1 over their next 3. But I mean, at the same time, it's like, how if we lose to Minnesota, how can we be confident going into Buffalo? Like, we're gonna need something to spark us.
I don't know if you could be confident even if they win tomorrow, though. I mean, some will, but it's like, like they got to show it, man. Like, this coach needs to show it. That's it. We've all, whether you like Saleh or not, he was always going to get this year. And my stance has always been, it's put up or shut up. And last week was incredibly.
I will say that I'll say this. It's fine that we gave Saleh this year because I get it. He never had a quarterback. My thing is, though, he keeps showing us who he really is. And I've been saying this for years. His press conferences are not just terrible because he says terrible things. They're terrible because he really means them, and this is really what he's thinking. And you guys always say, "Oh, it's coach speak. Oh, it's this, it's that, it's semantics." No, this guy really feels this way, and he just showed his cards the other day. And I heard somebody say, "Oh, you don't need to give a guy push-ups for jumping off sides in the NFL." It's not give them push-ups. It's put them on the bench. Take them out for a series, take them out for a half, take them out for a quarter, do something. When guys are constantly messing up and they just get to mess up, and they still have their starting role, they still stay on the field and nothing happens, then what incentive do they have to do the right thing? And then the last point that I want to make is Braxton Berrios was 100 times better than Xavier Gipson. Xavier Gipson gave us one play, and now he still gets to be on the field, and it pisses me off so much. Whenever this guy takes punt returns, all he does is run out of bounds. He catches the ball. He doesn't try to make a move or anything. He just runs straight out of bounds. I can't take it with Xavier Gibson anymore. I want to see somebody else. Our field position could be so much better if we just had somebody who would at least try. He literally catches the punt and goes straight out of bounds. So
I mean,
I'm
Barrios
done
did
with
the
Xavier.
same thing. Barrios actually wasn't like he wasn't that good, and you wouldn't want to pay him $5 million. I agree with you on Gibson though. I'd give Corley an opportunity on kickoff returns.
Barrios on his kickoff returns, I think he brought back 2 to the house, but he was explosive on kickoff return. I know it's a new dynamic kick, so everything looks a little bit different, but I just feel like Xavier Gibson doesn't really, I don't know,
He
he
hasn't
gives
been
us
good
nothing.
since he left the Jets though, JJ, and you were going to pay him $5. Like, but Barrios is very far down on the list of things I think this team
No.
right
I'm
now.
not saying I would prefer to have Barrios over Gibson right now. I'm saying he did more for us than what Gibson has given us. So that's just telling me maybe we should move to Malachi Corley because Gibson is absolutely doing nothing. And if we got rid of Barrios because we thought we can upgrade and get better, and this person isn't better than him, let's move on to somebody else. You drafted Malachi Corley in the second or third round. Like, I agree with you. Let's give Malachi Corley a shot. Put him. I don't want to put him back there on punt return, because he's not the best at that, but definitely kick return. You got Isaiah Davis and Xavier Gibson there, and then you drafted Malachi Corley. Like, I don't get it. Like, why is Isaiah Davis over Malachi Corley? So. Anyways, that's all I got for today.
JJ, give me a pip cheerio.
Pip cheerio.
Thank you, JJ. Good call. Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. As Maniacs are taking over London, folks. Just insane what's happening here. The Jets cannot lose. They cannot lose tomorrow. These people have come too far to see a loss. Let's go, baby. Let's go. I would use Corley more tomorrow. I don't know if they will. And London Bridge, incredibly overrated. It's like the Times Square red steps. You're like, what? This is a thing? Peter Castro says, Jets need to win. No distractions. No excuses. Blitz. Travel. Play 60 minutes. Focus. No penalties. I wish Peter Castro was the Jet coach. If Castro was the Jet coach, do you think the Jets lose to Denver last Sunday? No. No chance. Not with his passion.
Our coaching staff stinks. The team is never prepared. They're undisciplined. They make a million mistakes. And the coaching staff is terrible. He doesn't know what he's doing. Hackett and him are like having 2 drug addicts on the sidelines. They're no good. And if Rodgers doesn't fix this, we're all going to kill ourselves. What happens after Rodgers? They have no plan for that. It's going to be 10 more years of being shit.
All right, he makes some salient points. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now is Purple Belt Mike. What's up, PBM?
Yo, I got my Gorman on right now.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. So, dude, real quick, we have to go 2-1 in the next 3.
I agree.
We have
but,
to.
Tomorrow would make it a lot easier to go 2-1 if you get the first one out of the way.
Absolutely. We need this victory. Well, I missed it because I was cooking before. You said Rodgers, after a loss, is undefeated. I missed it.
No. He's not undefeated. I'm saying Michael Nania pulled the stats when Rodgers has ever had a game in his career equivalent to what he just did last Sunday, where he didn't throw a touchdown pass and had like under X amount of yards or whatever. And the following game, Rodgers has basically averaged like 300 yards and 2 or 3 touchdowns a pop. Like he's responded well after a bad game.
All right, let's go. 300 yards. Let's get it.
Works for me.
Peace
now,
out.
Mike, since you're honoring Charles Gorman, can you give me an
By the way, I got a bone to pick with Charles if you're listening. You want me to be on your show, and then you never hit me up to go back on.
I think he was just being nice. He has no respect for you. No, I'm kidding.
That's funny.
I'll play this for you, though, in honor of Charles. Great call, Mike. The best call yesterday was from Charles when he's like, Jake, just so you know, I'm not going to be able to make your London event tomorrow. And I said, okay, Charles, I wasn't expecting you to be there. I would think that if you were going, you maybe would be on a flight to London, considering it's an 8-hour flight from New York City. But for those wondering, Charles will not be at the event tonight. We will chew in his honor. Incredible. He's just quite simply one of the all-time greats.
Hi, I'm Charles, and I'm going to talk about Spider-Man and movies and sports and video games and maybe hot chicks.
One of the greats, folks. One of the greats. Ladies and gentlemen, more of your calls right now. Let's go to Ricky NY. What's up, Ricky?
Hey, how you doing, Jake? Glad to see you made it across the pond nice and safe, and you're having a good time over there. Right on. Getting ready to after the show, I'm gonna head down to the post office and mail your birthday gift.
I appreciate it, Ricky. Thank you, man.
The last item showed up yesterday, so I can finally get that in the mail for you. Man, you know what? We have to take care of business this weekend. That's all there is to it. No excuses, no nothing. Just we can't let Sam get the better of us, and I don't think that he will. I understand he's off to a good start.
Team, Ricky. It's the game you win.
Yeah, I mean, he's off to a good start, and good for him. But he started off good in Carolina too, and eventually reality is going to set in, and I think that is this week. So looking forward to a W early Sunday morning to start my day off right, and go Jets.
Ricky, you're the man. Good to hear from you, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, Ricky NY. Willie Vision with a super chat. All super chats going to the Jake Asman Pub Fund, baby. If only for his size and clocking up the middle, Leonard Taylor needs more reps, maybe create more one-on-ones for Q. Solid size does not warrant doubles. I got news for you. Leonard Taylor is not going to warrant doubles either. They don't have the personnel up front. I hope Lecky Fotu can maybe help in the run game a little bit if he plays tomorrow. You know what will help the Jets defensive line? Playing with a lead where they can make teams one-dimensional and pressure. As we saw in the New England game, what that looks like. Or how they closed out Tennessee. Here's how the Jets take advantage of Darnold tomorrow. Sam Darnold has had 3 games with at least 4 turnovers when he was a Jet. Pro Football Focus tracks a stat called turnover-worthy throws, TWTs. It aims to isolate actual interceptions from passes that are truly worthy of being intercepted. Some interceptions are not entirely the quarterback's fault. Sometimes a quarterback throws a pass that gets intercepted because it deflects off a receiver's hands and goes to the defender. Sometimes a turnover throw could be, hey, it hits the defender in the hands, but he drops it. So this stat basically tracks turnover-worthy throws. And Sam Darnold is tied for 11th amongst quarterbacks this season. He's only thrown 3 picks and had 1 fumble, but he's had 4 fumbles overall, second most among quarterbacks, but he's had good luck in these fumbles by only losing 1 of them. The point I'm trying to make on Darnold is that while he has played well, he is still prone to turnovers. And I think if the Jets can take advantage of a couple turnovers, I think they can win this game because the Jets uncharacteristically turned the ball over last week. Rodgers takes better care of the ball than any quarterback in the league. I think if the Jets protect Rodgers, he'll take care of the ball. And I think if you look at Sam Darnold, well, he's played well. And that stat I gave you, TWTs, he's tied for the 11th most among quarterbacks. So he's only thrown 3 picks and had 1 fumble that has been lost. But he has a couple plays every game where it's like, make a play on the ball and you got to win the game. That's how I look at it. Find a way to get it done, man. Find a way to get it done. This fan base deserves it. 3-2 going into Buffalo. That's the goal. All right, some super chats here. Green Empire Lawn Care. Wouldn't it be something that the media could actually build up and motivate this team instead of turning everyone against each other? It won't happen, man, because the media doesn't work for the Jets. They want clicks. They want views. They want drama. Drama sells. Negativity sells. That's why I like this show, because we get to just be fans. When it's shit, we'll call it out. Like Sunday was a crap performance by this team, and especially the head coach and the rest of the staff. But when it's good, we'll tell you it's good. Barbarossa. Jake, how was Trafalgar Square? It was nice, man. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, this is where the Jet chant occurred, at Trafalgar Square. Let's go, baby. Jet fans in London. Let's go, man. Shout out to the, I woke up to this too. Shout out to the Jets for posting me twice on their Instagram and Twitter too. I've been tagged in it by a bunch of listeners. Let's go, man. Yesterday, I was asked by at least 5 Asmaniacs if Bobby Midnight is making the trip across the pond. He is not. I was asked if B-Man is here. I said he is not. I was asked if Neil is here, and I said he wasn't allowed out of the country after UK officials saw this video.
I think that guy I know, right?
Neil is on an international no-fly list, unfortunately. And it wasn't just him banging the jersey. You know, it also, unfortunately, had a lot to do with this. There you have it, man. That was the problem. More of your calls right now. Tim, I see you're on the line, but it's not giving me a camera for you. So if you turn it on. Oh, there we go. Tim from Fishland's next. What's up, Tim?
Not much. I fucking work, unfortunately. So from what I gather, we'll see what happens on Monday and Tuesday with the Devontae trade. But, you know, you guys are over there. Have fun. It looks like Florida's about to get completely destroyed. We got another storm coming. Yeah. Something's forming out in the Gulf. And it's supposed to, we're supposed to get hit by like 2 systems this week. Like 10, 12 inches of rain expected this week. So we'll see what happens with that. But, you know, I expect them to start fast tomorrow. That's the biggest thing. I'm tired of these slow starts. All right. I want to see them start fast and get up on them and apply pressure. Pressure creates diamonds.
Tim, Jets 24, Vikings 16.
I'll take that. A dub's a dub. I don't care if it's 1 point. You have fun over there, Jake.
Tim, appreciate you, man. Good call. Right now, I'm noticing Rich does not have a membership. Scott does not have a membership. Tom Ace does not have a membership. If you're the listeners who gifts any of these 3 outstanding gentlemen as Maniac memberships in the chat, we're sending you an item in the Jake Asman merch store. Too many people are naked in the chat. They don't have the memberships. Pressure creates diamonds. Tim from Fishland nailed it. Rob says, don't forget about me. Rob, you as well, man. We gotta get the people some channel memberships. More of your calls right now. Let's say hello to Jake Klein from prison. Hey, Jake. Oh, not in prison.
My other office, man. What's going on? How you doing?
Love it. What's going on, dude?
How's London? I've always wanted to go. I've never been.
My first time here, and I love it. It's been an awesome time so far.
Are you a big Indian food fan? They have like the best curry in the world there.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest Indian food fan, so I haven't had it yet. I've had fish and chips like 3 times already, though. I really like that.
I mean, it's basically like chicken fingers and fries, but I mean, listen, it's got to be good. Can't be too bad. But
yeah, you know what? It's tremendous.
Wait, when did you got there? What, Wednesday or I don't know?
Thursday morning. My flight was a red eye Wednesday night.
I can't do red eyes. I did it once. Did it for the Super Bowl one time. Never again. But anyway, so tomorrow's game. Look, it's Saleh's going to be who he is. There's going to be penalties. It's not going to be a pretty game. I think at the end of the day, it's going to be the kind of game where it's probably going to be a close game. I don't see this being like we're going to come out and win 35-7. I think a lot of people know that we're a little down right now, but at the same time, I think Rodgers will at least get the team motivated, get them going. I want to see a heavy pass rush. Like I need to see heavy sacks tomorrow. I need to see Will McDonald get involved very early. He was basically invisible. Most of the pass rush was invisible last week. I mean, the fact they didn't hit Bo Nix at all, they've got to hit Darnold. They've got to hit him all day long. Because we've learned from having him on our team, watching him in college and Panthers, everything, that when he gets hit, he will make turnovers. I mean, the fact is no team really has hit him enough to rattle him and get him turnovers. And I think that's really the one way we know he will be beaten in any way. And look, Sauce has to step his game up. I know he's maybe hasn't played like the best receiver so far, maybe because Calvin really had a couple big touchdowns. This is his biggest test of the season. I mean, if Jefferson gets 100 yards and a touchdown, I mean, at some point we have to tell ourselves, Sauce, what's going on here, man? Like, he has to really step up his game big time. And then, of course, obviously, Devontae is not going to be on this team this week. I think, in my perspective, just for the sheer fact of ending the distraction in Vegas and just getting prepared for the next week, I think he's going to be traded, I think, sometime today. I really do. I think he's going to be on a flight somewhere tomorrow, at least some point today, just to travel with the team. He's obviously not going to, if he comes to us, I think he'll probably be with us by Monday, just because we'll fly back by Monday. So, and also I believe truthfully, it's going to be probably like a 3rd round pick. And I think honestly, if Mike Williams has to be put in the deal, I'm ready to do it at this point because he's really a 1-year flyer. He's only $5-6 million. Obviously we need the receiver depth. That's the point. We want to have as much depth as possible. But, if the Raiders want that 1-year flyer player, I don't know really what they're going to do with him. Maybe they just want to do something to get Gardner Minshew some respected receiver. And then finally, my last point is, Breece Hall, I think he's better than people think, but at the same time, if Braylon Allen keeps creeping up, it's going to justify the argument that we're not going to pay him at the end of his contract. I mean, if you're looking really what's going on in like San Francisco, and even honestly right now in Indianapolis with Jonathan Taylor, this is like the 2nd or 3rd year he's been injured. Paying a running back is not justifiable anymore. I think at this point you're seeing what JD did this past off season, getting Braylon Allen and Isaiah Davis. He's kind of seeing how the market is being dictated now for running backs. I just don't see how you can pay these guys a ton of money unless you can really believe they're going to stay healthy. And I mean, I don't know, Jake, I don't know what your perspective is on that. I just think the market is changing, especially now that maybe CMC's career could be over. I don't think it's outlandish to say that personally.
Yeah, I would not worry about Breece's contract just yet. He's under contract this year and next year. So we got some time to kind of see what Braylon Allen is. As far as Mike Williams goes, I'm not including him in the deal. I'm getting this deal done without trading away one of my receivers. Especially Mike Williams, who has been really productive with Aaron Rodgers and should only get better. Now, if you tell me it's just a straight swap, would I do it? Sure. But I don't think it would be a straight swap. And why would the Raiders want Mike Williams? I don't understand that. They think they're going somewhere. They're like, oh, we're 2-2, so we need a player back, and we're going to trade you, Devontae. Like, okay. That's just poor GMing by them. If it's a straight swap, fine, but I'm not giving them a third and then Mike Williams. The whole point of adding Devontae is so that you could play Mike Williams on the outside. Devontae and Garrett both could play inside in the slot. You could rotate and give different looks to defenses. And then Lazard is a number 4 receiver, and he's competent. As far as Brees goes, I think, just getting back to that for a second, I think we got to calm down with Brees. All right? He hasn't had that, 200 all-purpose yard game yet or 100-yard rushing yet. I think it's coming. He's too good of a player, man. We got to be a little more patient with Brees Hall. He was awful last week. I don't think he'll ever be that bad again. It's probably the worst game he's ever played in his life. He'll be all right. Bobby Midnight has gotten it started, folks. This is why he's one of the all-time greats. Sound the alarm. Brian Larson is our first channel member today. He is an Asmaniac. I'll tell you what, if Brees has a big game, by the way, Sarah's not allowed to take off that Brees Hall jersey that she was wearing when she called into the show earlier. Sarah, if you're still watching with Craig and Mrs. Craig, that jersey will not leave your body if Brees has a big game and a Jet win tomorrow. You're wearing it 24/7, 365 until the Jets lose. All right? You're sleeping in that jersey. You're showering in that jersey. You're going to work in that jersey. That jersey is now you if Brees breaks out against the Vikings tomorrow in London. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe we're going to have a special guest set to join us right now. Not one, but maybe 2 special guests. I think you guys are going to be excited about what we have cooking here. An in-person guest. 2 of them. So here's what we're going to do to set this up. We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we will be joined by 2 of the all-time great British folks to ever live. But first, I give you a V-Man performance for the ages.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Bass, and Jake. Get it started, Gator.
Bass, and Jake. Bass, and Jake. Bass, and Jake. Bass, and Jake.
Well, Super Cash always cut the line. And the Boyello dances really fine.
When she's so tucking and back them jets.
My senorita, you know she gets real happy.
Real happy if that female that doesn't rhyme.
Hey, Gator, it's a family show.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Bass, and Jake. Bass, and Jake. Bass, and Jake. Bass, and Jake.
Ladies and gentlemen, 2 of the all-time great Brits are now joining the show. I've known both of these distinguished gentlemen for almost 15 years. Back in our Camp Canadensis days, we have the great Samuel Kay and Sam Cutler. Gentlemen, how are we?
Very well, thank you.
Doing well. Ready. We are prepared.
Now, Sam, you were on the show the other day. The feedback was off the charts. Have you been recognized all throughout the UK since you made your debut on the Jake Asman Show?
Well, I think life has changed for me now. I'm a new man. So thank you to your followers for the incredible reception. Thank you.
How does it feel to be an Asmaniac as well? I love the hat.
Yeah, I've known it all my life, but to have it confirmed is just excellent. So thank you.
Yeah, Sam, this is obviously your first time on the show. In addition to being in Wrong Direction, the competitor of One Direction, how has the last couple of days kind of maybe changed for you when people found out that you were going to be making an appearance on the Jake Asman Show here in London?
My celebrity status has gone through the roof, I must admit. I've been batting people off left, right, and center, but I'm here for it. I'm used to it. I'm ready to go.
All right, gentlemen. You guys are taking me around London today. I mean, what's the plan? Are we hitting some pubs? I mean, what do I need to prepare mentally for?
Well, we're going to take you to a British classic, which is called a Wetherspoons. So we discussed this the other day. So it's a little bit like an Applebee's, but it's authentic British culture, cheap pints, cheap food. It's terrible, but it's a British staple.
Thoughts on this?
I think you're underselling it. The Wetherspoons is the pinnacle of British culture. So yeah, you'll enjoy it, mate. There'll be a lot of sights for you to see.
I'm excited. I mean, Weatherspoons, sign me up. We went to some pubs yesterday. Just pub culture here is the best. And we just don't have that. Everyone just gathering around 2:00 in the afternoon. It doesn't matter. The Guinnesses are flowing. It's tremendous.
Yeah, it's always, we were saying this on the way up, London is always outdoor drinking, whatever the weather, whatever the time of day, there is somebody outside with a pint in hand having a lovely time.
Also, you guys were preparing me for like rain, cold weather. It has been gorgeous since I've been here so far.
Yeah, you've brought the weather with you.
Get ready for Sunday because tomorrow, I guess there's a little rain in the forecast. It can't be worse than what the Jet fan went through last Sunday at MetLife. It was a monsoon the entire game.
Well, yeah. I don't know what to say. I don't know what the weather's going to be like tomorrow, but I know that the Jets are going to win.
That's right. A big Jet fan, Sam Cutler?
Of course. Yeah. Obviously, that's why I'm here.
Are you familiar with what Jet fans do? The Jet chant. Yeah. Just be prepared. It's not that hard, but it's a little Jets, Jets. There's 3 Jets. I had to explain that to some British chicks last night. They were struggling with it. It was a struggle for them.
Yeah, it's a bit complicated to comprehend.
All right, we'll do a couple calls with Sam K and Sam Cutler. Super chats go to the pub fund for these two distinguished gents for showing me around London today. Steve Rivera says Jake Rodgers usually good with the blitz. Why did he struggle last week? Does he bounce back? I think it was more so the O-line didn't pick up anything when Denver blitzed. They were bad. Olu had a poor game in his debut at right tackle. Maybe it's almost better it happened last week, because now they see it on tape, they can make some adjustments, and they can play a lot better. Let's see. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. We're here in London. We're ready to get after it. If you have any questions for my 2 British friends here, write them in, and we'll bring it up on the screen. I got to introduce Mr. Cutler here to Bobby Midnight, who you obviously got a chance to experience on the show the other day, Sam.
Yeah, absolute legend. Sam actually sent Sam the live feed afterwards. He watched it. He enjoyed it. So, yeah, get him on.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will take a call right now with one of, if not the best callers, one of just the all-time great human beings to ever live. We say he's still the morning in Vermont. Good morning to Bob from Vermont.
Hi, everybody. This is Bob from Vermont. I am Bob, of course. Hi, guys. How you doing? Jake, my brother says hello to you.
Mikey. Midnight.
Yep. How you guys doing? Nice to meet you, new guy.
Hey, Bobby. You okay? How are you?
Are you the director of One Direction, Jake said?
He's in Wrong Direction. It's a direct competitor to One Direction, the band.
Oh, is it
They
Jake?
broke up.
Is it Jake comical? Doesn't he have a great sense of humor?
I love the guy.
You're glad that you have a friend like that. He's a great, funny guy.
Correct.
Hey, do you know Carly too from the camp?
Carly Fleischer?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I do know her.
Yeah, see, they don't forget Carly. Oh, do you remember Carly? Oh, okay, I forget Carly.
Bobby, I don't think you realize I haven't worked at Camp Canadensis in a decade.
Well,
and you were last there 2013.
Okay. If a girl named Carly ever went into your life, will you ever forget Carly after 13 years?
Bobby loves Carly, if you haven't figured it out.
Yeah. Okay. Jake does too. Just something like that.
She's my merch store director, Bob. You know how that
And
works.
also something else. We won't go
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we won't get into details right now. So how's London today?
I don't think there's any details to get in, but continue, Bob.
Yeah, I love your hat, Jake. It looks cool.
Thank you, Bob.
And then the other guy has a nice hat. You should have gave the other guy a hat too. What
He just got here. He can have any hat he wants. You want to be I got hats over behind you. You want to be a Yankee fan as well? You can do that. There,
Yeah,
you got your
Yankees
hat.
gonna win tonight. The Mets are gonna win tonight. The Dodgers gonna lose tonight. Yeah, let's go.
All right.
Padres. Yeah.
I hope so, Bob.
Very nice. Nice hat you got. Ooh. You like my
That's not
Halloween
my
hat?
hat, Bob.
I just said I said the first one. You got a great hat, Jake.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure. It's a great hat.
Didn't you hear that? I gotta show him my friend.
I'll get
I
ready for
gotta
this.
show him Sarah. This
Got
is
a
Sarah,
kangaroo that was gifted by one of my listeners, Craig in Australia. He sent
and
me
this is Austin and Craig's son right there, in the pouch. So yeah, and I got an Adeline hat. Michael got it one too, right there. So, nice hat. Yeah. Jets are gonna kill 31-10 tomorrow.
31-10?
Sack Donald 6 times and intercept him 3 times tomorrow.
I'll take it.
Yeah, and then my boy Brendan Allen's gonna run for 100
Say his
yards.
name right. Braylon Allen.
Braylon Allen. Yeah, that's my boy.
All right.
Okay, guys. Nice meeting you. Nice to meet you guys. You're awesome. Jake, you're awesome as usual.
Thanks, Bob.
So
Great
we'll
call.
talk to you when you come to stateside again.
All right. I'll talk to you soon, Bob.
Merry old England. Cheerio.
Cheerio, mate.
Oh, you know I like the Yankees and the Jets. Can't believe Jake and Rodgers met on more than just a hat on Bobby.
We'll continue here. We're talking with Sam and Sam, my two longtime British friends here on the show. We're going to go out and about London town right after this. We'll do one more call here, and then we'll say goodbye. Any super chats, we'll cut the line. They go to the pub fund for today. Appreciate everyone who's tuned in to the show. If you're not watching live, thanks for tuning in after the fact. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. We just hit over 38,000 subs last week. We're already almost at 39,000 now. So keep it rolling, Jet fans. You guys are great. Thanks again for making September our most viewed month in the history of the Jake Asman Show. All right, one last call. We say hello to V-Man.
It's time for V-Man to talk about Puerto Rico and his Puerto Rican roots.
So what's up?
V-Man, hello.
Well, I got a question for your British friends.
Okay, this is why I brought you on. I know V-Man is a man of history, and he has lots of questions.
Okay, is there any truth to the rumor that people across Britain saying "Ding dong, the witch is dead" when you know who passed?
Yeah, that's 100% facts. That's true.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Does anything ask that? So,
the royal family is quite a contentious thing around different parts of the country. Like obviously London, very, very popular, big tourist trap. But if you go to like Wales, or they absolutely hate like royalty, and you have royalists who love the royal family, and then you've got some who do not like it.
I can imagine. But yeah.
What else you got for us, man? I mean, you're a man of history. What else do you want to know?
I think that was the only thing I was going to ask, really. But
That's it.
Yeah, no, I can't think of. I'm trying to think of something else, but that was the one thing I could honestly ask you.
Do you guys know the U.S. Pledge of Allegiance? You guys heard of it?
No, please don't. But can we?
Unfortunately, V-Man really struggled with it, so you guys might be able to pick it up faster than him.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to this republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Oh, come on, man! It just really.
That was from the heart. That was real raw passion there.
Look, come on. I'm Puerto Rican. What do you expect? I mean, I learned. Like I said, I learned La Boricua before I learned La Boricua before I learned the Pledge of Allegiance.
Of course.
Which that's the Puerto Rican anthem. There's two versions. There's a fake version. There's a real version written by a Puerto Rican, and there's a fake version written by a dude from Spain. The real one is the real one is the one where we talk about machetes.
This is taking a turn. Yeah. This is taking a quick turn. I don't know what's happening right now.
You know, I'm even fazed by this in the slightest. This is just a typical V-Man call.
No, why don't we actually just talk about football? So
you actually have a football point.
Yeah, no, about the game.
Okay.
I'm feeling confident. Like I said, I feel confident with this game. This is, I think the Jets. Like I said, the Jets need to get punched in the mouth last week to get themselves focused and like get their minds focused, but they come out strong here. I'd like to see, I really want to see Garrett. I want to see Garrett break out. I'm hoping to see Garrett break out. I see more of the tight ends. I'm really crossing my fingers, maybe we could finally see Jeremy get a touchdown after he missed one earlier in the season. That would be great to see. But this is going to be a fun game. I'm confident. I'm feeling the Jets are going to win by at least 10 points.
All right, give us a score.
I'll go 32 30. 32-20.
How are they getting 32?
I mean 33-30. Sorry, 33-30.
All right, I'll take your word for it. V-Man, thank you.
I mean 33-20. 33-20. That's what I meant. Sorry. It's like 9 o'clock. I haven't even had breakfast over here.
Are you high?
No, I haven't even had breakfast, man.
All right, well, you get yourself a good breakfast, all right?
Peace. Hasta luego.
V-Man is here. How we feeling?
High as a kite.
That's V-Man at the Jake Asman Show watch party in Midtown Manhattan a couple of weeks back. Anyway, what a show it's been. Gentlemen, final thoughts. The New York Jets, the Minnesota Vikings. Can we get a score prediction from each of you?
I'm gonna go.
The Jets win.
The Jets will win, of course. And I'm gonna go 35-23.
Great score. That's an NFL score. V-Man doing 32-22 doesn't actually work. Anyway, that's a great score. What do you got, Sam?
I don't know, mate. I'm gonna go Jets win by 10.
So you agree with V-Man?
Yeah. V-Man's a guy, man. I love that guy.
V-Man, very popular internationally, of course. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our show. Gentlemen, I'm expecting to be partying like this, man. I mean, the Jet fans are ready. I mean, this could be a crazy day.
Yeah, that looks mild compared to what we're going to get up to.
Big talk.
What a show. What a time, ladies and gentlemen, for Sam K, Sam Cutler. My name is Jake Asman. Hey, if you're coming to the party tonight, spread the word. Anyone you know in the UK, anyone in London. Hippodrome Casino, 8 p.m. it starts. Bring your passion, Jet fans. That goes without saying. Everyone already knows what's going down later. All right, I'll talk to you guys later on. We'll have a post-game show at some point after this game tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. Join the Patreon, get in the Discord, and I'll update people when that post-game show is projected to start. Once again, for the two Sams, my name is Jake Asman, live in London. Hit it, Green Santa.